welcome back. We got a new review for you. This is DirtySurge and Jabe, and we're gonna give you a new review of No Exit. We just what is it? How long has this been out? You were the one who told me about it.
Oh yeah, I did tell you about it, and I think it came out last week. I'm not sure.
Oh, so it's a recent, very
Yeah,
recent
it's a
movie.
recent. I think it came out last week.
Yeah.
At the time of filming.
Yeah. So like, we're in March 8th today. March 8th today. I don't know when the movie came out, but
Let's see.
how you found it? It released February 25th.
Oh, okay.
So a couple weeks ago.
So 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. So, anyways, we're gonna go through the review right now. No spoilers. This is a spoiler-free review. We could do spoilers after. I'm not sure if it's gonna be a Not sure if it's gonna be a all-in-one video or this is gonna be a two-part video where we make another video part for the spoilers.
Exactly.
So we'll see how long it takes us to get through this, and we'll see. All right. So. What were your expectations for this movie? It looks like you had.
Actually, I have zero expectations for this movie.
Yeah.
Because what happened is my wife and I were just like, let's watch a movie.
Yeah.
And we usually do that. I'm like, let's try to find a movie that we can watch. So we're just browsing. We came across Hulu and No Exit, and we looked at the trailer. The trailer looked intriguing, and that's what caught our attention.
Gotcha.
So I had really no expectations. I was like, it looks intriguing. It looks like something I want to see what happens. Let's watch it.
Did you watch the trailer?
We watched part of the trailer
because
I don't like watching trailers.
Yeah.
But at the time I was like, I don't know what to watch. I gotta watch a trailer to see what to expect from the movie. And what I saw was pretty neat. I don't even remember the trailer honestly. I just remember that it caught my attention, and I was like, let's watch it.
I gotcha. I had no expectations. I didn't even know what the movie's about.
Yeah,
you just told me to watch it.
Let's just watch that movie. It came out recently, so.
All right. So, how about your likes and your dislikes? What did you like about the movie?
What I like about the movie was that it got me figuring out what was going to happen. It got me where I was trying to figure out what was going to happen. And sometimes I did get right, but then there were some of the things that were like, oh, I didn't expect that. Yeah. And that was really neat.
I thought the pacing was good because it went right through it. It's a short movie. It's only about, I think, an hour and a half. And on top of that, I did like the mystery aspect of it. It was a mystery / thriller. Mm-hmm. A little bit of psychological too. A little psychological.
A little bit, I guess.
Yeah, not too crazy, but I mean a little bit. But yeah, I mean it's very rated R. For sure. A lot of blood, a lot of gore.
Yeah, gory.
Yeah, very gory.
I would say the pacing.
There's a lot of gore, but
I would say going back to my likes and dislikes, my like, again, was that part that I was trying to figure out the movie, but some things I got right, but some things I didn't. And that was really entertaining for me. This is what's going to happen. I want to know. And that was my like, right? That's what I liked about the movie. But I do think that the movie starts slow.
Yeah,
and then it gets just really good.
Yeah.
It starts okay, well, it's fun. Not bad. Some movies are oh man, I just can't wait for this movie to be over. But this movie was okay, I mean, it's entertaining. I'm just doing something. At least I'm watching a movie. But then all of a sudden it gets really good.
Yeah, it gets pretty crazy really fast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, the reason if it kind of maybe starts slow was just because you have to build the characters, you got to figure out who's who.
I agree with that part. You got to build the characters. I mean, there's movies where you from the first second the movie starts until it ends, you're always paying attention because it's really interesting, so good, right?
For sure.
I'm just saying this movie doesn't do a good job at the beginning of that.
Okay.
And then it just gets really good.
I can agree with that. Yeah. Let me think. So so what else did you like? Did you have any other dislikes about the movie?
No, not really. I did read online that some people thought that the characters were a bit stereotypical. I disagree. But that's me disagreeing. And maybe that's just a heads up for some people that's just something that I saw online. So some reviews, not all of them, were oh no, this is too stereotypical. I don't like that. This is a typical girl. This is a cliche or And I would disagree.
Yeah, for sure. No, I mean, there's. I thought the characters were well made. Well, at least well written. The writing wasn't too bad in this movie. The acting was pretty well done. But there was a couple of nitpicks that I have, but nothing too crazy. Nothing out of the ordinary, which I like that they kept it grounded. Like she didn't have she couldn't out fight anybody. It wasn't like she couldn't just like beat him up and call it good. It was like, oh no, she's struggling. This is a big struggle for her, which
I feel like
brought a lot of tension.
That's borderline spoiler.
It's not that's not boiler because
it's borderline spoiler.
Well, it's in the trailer.
Well, I don't remember the trailer.
Oh.
So I don't know. Remember, I saw the trailer. I don't know.
I never saw
But
the
I
trailer.
feel like that's the reason why I don't like spoilers because for me, sorry, that's the reason I don't like trailers because
I can't even know the trailer. I never saw it
because for me, old trailers it's a spoiler,
Yeah.
right? Not all of them. Some are really good where it's like okay, like I want to watch the movie, right? Like, but
I think you're right.
Like saying right now, like oh, she has to.
I think you're right. We gotta cut that. We gotta cut that.
Yeah, like oh,
we'll cut this part. Yeah, you're right. I don't want to tell you how to fight anybody. Yeah, you're right.
Like, oh, they already know she's gonna fight somebody.
Yeah, now you're gonna fight somebody. Yeah, spoilers.
So we're gonna have to cut this part. And
yeah,
talk about
I don't need that. We'll already put like cut, and then we'll cut, and then we'll just go continue on.
Good thing we're recording, guys.
Yeah, of course, it's not live. Yeah. Anyways, good job.
Yeah.
So anything else with the movie that we should talk about that spoiler free other than the reviews? Like I said, I would recommend the movie for sure.
If you like mystery movies and I think it's pretty well done.
Yeah, it's a mystery thriller.
It's gonna get you trying to like solve it. Some parts are predictable, some other parts aren't, and that's what makes it a good movie.
Yeah, that was so.
Grading,
I would grade this for sure like an 8 out of 10.
A what?
8 out of 10.
Yeah, I would agree with you on 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10.
8 out of
All right,
10.
guys. Well, 8 out of 10.
Huh? Nice.
Yeah. 8 out of 10. For sure. Like, it's worth watching. Go check it out if you guys get a chance. And I think we're done now for the...
Yeah, this is our review for no spoilers. Let's move on into the spoiler part.
So that's probably... All right, guys, we're back. We just spoke about the review itself, and now we're going to go on to actual spoilers. So welcome in, and again, if you guys don't want spoilers, you guys should leave the video now. You have plenty of time.
You've been warned.
You've been warned many times. So
and I'm sure the title of this video will say there's spoilers. So
of course, we're gonna put spoilers. Over
you know where you're getting. You know where you're getting.
All right. So again, no exit. Well, the first scene it starts off in a rehab place, and we first meet this girl named Jade, which Jade is just like kind of like she just starts talking. She tells a story, and then her story is like I guess something she said before because Darby. Then we go to Darby, and she starts talking.
Darby's the main character.
Yeah, Darby's the main character. Yeah,
and she is at the rehab place. The movie starts with the other girl talking, right? And Darby is the girl that it's there and no, it doesn't want to be there, right, at the rehab, but like it's just there. Right?
Here's why I like this part is because right away she's like, oh yeah, like I like how you did that. You did that story again and again. Like this is a repeat of the story a long time ago.
She was just calling her out. She was
calling her out, and then she tells her like pretty much, "Fuck you."
Yeah. You know what? Just thinking about that, you know how earlier I said like it was not their stereotype. I think that's a stereotype of like in movies that they do. Like, oh, someone's on a rehab and they don't like it. Big deal. Like that's something that happens in a lot of movies. It's like a cliche. So, but it's part of the character. I get it. It's part of the character where you understand that she's going through some hard times. Right?
Yeah.
That you're and that's something very important that she's going through like some hard times. I think that's part of the movie, right? That you need to understand that of the character. But I was saying, like, maybe that does sound to me like a little bit of that cliche. In a lot of movies, the characters are in a rehab place and they hate it, which, let's be realistic, if you're in a rehab place, you're going to hate it being there. Yeah. Especially when you're there for the...
I would for sure. Yeah. So, in the meantime, she's I guess she's been through rehab quite a bit, many times, looks like. I don't know how many times this was for her, but it looks like she's been in and out of rehab. Then she gets a phone call from I guess Joe. I don't know who Joe was because I really don't find out who Joe is. Other than Joe's the one who calls on the phone and tells her that her mom has an aneurysm.
That was the doctor or the same person who was taking care of the mom.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
It was someone at the hospital, and it's like the mom. The movie doesn't explain really who Joe is, but it implies that she knows Joe, and Joe's obviously from the hospital and is delivering the news like, "Hey, your mom has an aneurysm, and she's not doing very well."
Yeah, and then she's told, "Hey, call Devin, which is her sister." So call Devin, and then to let her know about her mom, what's going on, because they can't get a hold of her or whatever. Something like that. Like basically, you got to call.
Yeah.
So when she gets off the phone, she goes like, "Hey, I want to get a phone call." So she was like, "Let me make a phone call real quick to my sister real fast." But then they're like, "Nah, you can't make any phone calls because you don't have permission from the doctor. You got to get permission from the doctor to make a phone call." And especially in her case, because I guess she's called other people that weren't who she said she was calling. Yeah. And she's lost her privilege on that.
I don't get. So my understanding is that if you're in a rehab place, you're there willingly.
So I get sometimes. I've heard different.
As an adult,
yeah.
Can you force somebody to go to a rehab and like force them against their will? Because that part for me, when it comes to realism of the movie, I was confused because I don't know what it is. But my understanding is, hey, someone goes there willingly. So if they're willingly. Like if they call, it's like pretty much they're checking out. Like
I think what happens is like when someone I don't know for sure. I mean that's what I think happens. Maybe I don't know. Maybe one of the comments can come.
Yeah, maybe you guys know how.
But anyways, so so what they do is they usually would sign some paperwork. I don't know how it works with an adult. For sure, like a child probably is different, but with an adult. It's like, okay, well, you're gonna go here, and you've told me you want to come to, and I want you to be there, and there's the only way to fix stuff or whatever. I don't know how.
And it's important because for me, not understanding how that works, and maybe the movie could have done a better job of understanding how the rules work and like how, for me, not knowing how that works, it made no sense for me.
Well, I would guess once you're
we're gonna get to that part, but when she escapes, for me, I'm like, why is she escaping in that way? Like I was like, yeah, I get it. Like she's trying to escape and all that, and it's a very interesting scene. Like it's like, oh, a little bit of action, I guess, right?
Yeah, I guess.
But I'm like, I don't get what she's trying to escape. Like I don't get it. Just I don't know how those rehab places work.
Yeah, well, pretty much she doesn't get a phone call. There's no phone call.
Yeah, exactly. She doesn't get.
She's not allowed to get any phone calls. No phone calls whatsoever, because she couldn't get permission or anything like that. So they send her back to her room or whatever. But then she's like, oh, I know Jade has a phone. So Jade was the person from the beginning.
Jade is a person who was telling her story for like the 500th time. Yeah.
And then she's like, "Hey Jade, I know you have a phone, and if you don't let me use the phone, I'm gonna let everyone know that you have a phone." Pretty much, like. And so she kind of goes like, "Well, fine." Like she didn't really want to give her the phone, especially how she treated her. But at the end, she's like, "All right, here's my phone."
She blackmailed her.
Pretty much.
She's like, "Hey, you don't give me the phone, I'll go tell that you have a phone."
We'll tell you have a phone, and then no one will have a phone.
Yeah.
So she does get on the phone she finally gets the phone. She calls her sister.
And again, you remember how I said like the first part is like the part that I didn't like that was slow. I feel like all this is like, they're trying to build the character, but for me, not understanding those rules and like how a system works and like whether you can check out, I don't know why for me I was just confused as like why should
I have some other
through those hoops to like make a call, and I'm just saying for me those are the things that did it that I was
little
like,
nitpick,
it's a little boring, but whatever.
Yeah. So then we get to her sister. They make a sister phone call, and she gets in contact with her finally.
That's rough.
But yeah, she basically doesn't like. She's like, stay out of it. Don't worry about mom.
So wait, guys. So she calls her sister and says, "I want to go out over there," and she's like, "No, Darby, no one has time for your bullshit. Stay there. Don't come."
I have it right here too.
It's like, wait, your mom's gonna die.
Yeah.
Your mom's gonna die. And you're telling your sister, don't come.
Yeah, so but Sister Devin does not want her out of rehab or her bullshit.
Her bullshit. Yeah, like, no one has time for your bullshit.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, that's a really weird relationship there, sister relationship. Like, why are you, like, what kind of life this girl had that the sister is like, mom's dying, don't come.
Well, I mean, usually when like you've already messed up for everybody, though, like for everything, it's like usually don't want you around for like
Yeah, she must have messed up really badly. They
Yeah.
they
Well, that's why
laid
me
that
having
part
that,
out,
yeah.
but for me, it just said so much. Like, well, either the sister is just a shitty sister, or the main character is the one who's like it's a total chaos, and that's why she's really in rehab. So yeah, I don't know. That just grabbed my attention. I just thought it was really interesting. That's what a part that I got. It's like, oh man, that's hard. That's
Yep.
tough and
Yep.
rough. Yeah.
But she still has that drive to get out of there. She's like, I gotta go see my mom no matter
Well,
what. I don't
yeah,
care.
because she's like,
Mhm.
like I don't care what my sister's telling me. I'm gonna go see her.
Yeah.
Which I think I would do the same.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure.
I'll be like, my mom's dying. I have
Yeah.
to try to go see her.
100%.
Yeah.
No. That's why I was like, yeah. Before you can.
And that's the other part of the thing. Like when she tells the doctors, not the doctor, sorry, the rehab people, that's like, hey, I gotta call. My mom's dying. I gotta go see her.
Mhm.
And they're like, no, the rule is no phone call. And for me, that's what's like again. Dude, she's telling you someone's dying. At least check on it. Yeah,
Yep.
maybe she lied in the past. I get it, but like, you have the phone number because she even like called the hospital. You check. They're like, no. Like we're not even going to try that. That
'Cause
for
you-
me was not realistic.
Well,
That's why it bothered me.
But
Yeah.
I also wrote down the reason that was because she was always lying. Like, yeah, you've already
But
you've already broken our trust enough times, and now we have to get permission from the doctor, and we can't get permission from him. That's what they kind of.
no, but the guy can call. No.
Well, that's why he said, like, hey, I can't get a hold of the doctor. The only one that he said himself, the only one who can give you permission to call out is the doctor. Okay, can you give him a call? So he tries calling the doctor. He's like, he's away right now. He's not picking up the phone.
Yeah, and he didn't even leave a message or nothing. Like he left
Yeah.
It didn't say it was important. No.
Yeah, it wasn't urgent.
No.
Yeah.
So
But even if it is urgent, yeah.
when it comes to realism, that part was really like when it comes to if you want to get into a movie and the movie is going to be realistic and it's going to make sense. Like, come on, like for me. Like having someone in charge of a rehab, like trying to help people out on their situation, and you're gonna be a dick and like, hey, my mom's dying. Oh, you know what? Yeah, you lost your privilege because you've lied in the past so much.
Yeah, but she already said your mom died. That's what he's like. You already told me your mom died like last week too.
Oh, remember that?
Yeah, she says that to her, and she's like, I did.
Okay, I feel really no, but
Yeah.
okay.
There's a part in the I should have wrote that down, but yeah, I remember that part where he's like. That's why I put she was a compulsive liar, was because she had already said that lie before. Like to them, like you already lied about that. So is this the same thing about your mom died like 2 weeks ago or whatever?
Yeah, I did get the part that she was lying about stuff and like that was, but like not. I didn't get that she had lied about her mom dying.
Yep.
Okay.
So she had already lied about that.
Okay, I mean, okay, that changes.
Yeah.
I think it was a dick move.
That's fine. Yeah.
Yeah, because this is not criticizing the movie. I'm criticizing the character.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Like it's like if you're in charge of people like have problems.
Yeah, but if he's heard the same line already, he's like, come on, you're gonna fool me once.
Yeah,
come on,
I guess.
fool me twice.
Yeah.
Shame on me.
Yeah. I mean, regardless, it's rough. You hear your mom's dying, and then you.
Well, yeah, but I mean, well, it's like the person who acquired Wolf.
And that's why it was good. That's why the movie is kind of interesting because like it has this.
Yep.
Character.
Well, let's keep going.
Yeah.
So then Darby, she escapes because the nurses get distracted or something, so she's able to get out of there, and she has her backpack or something, and she just runs straight to the door.
She just waited for the right time.
Yeah, and then she ran out the door, but she already had like some tools. She got some tools or whatever too. She got some tools. Like she had the screwdriver and the hammer. Remember?
Yeah.
And then she once she gets outside, she uses that to turn on the car in the ignition. Yeah. Which
is her car. It's her own car. She just doesn't have the keys to the car.
Was it her own car?
It's her own car.
Oh, yeah.
That's why she has. Because when she goes into the car, she's like seems like she's stealing it, but it's her own car. And then she drives off. And
didn't know. I thought she stole it.
And then I'm going because there's not much going on. But after she finds the drug, right? There's not much going on. Like,
well,
that's the next.
See, here's what I have. Is I mean, then she takes Mike. She takes the
car.
Oh, I thought it was Mike's car. That's why.
No, it's her car, and that's why she has the drug because she has that drug. That's why she knows exactly where it was. Mm-hmm. That's why she's like, I know exactly where the drug.
Yeah, she just didn't find her keys. That's right. So she couldn't get her keys. So so then she goes into her own car. She breaks into her own car. Mm-hmm. But the thing is, it was the weird part for me was she gets into the car and then she peels out in the empty parking lot. And I was like, why are you peeling out? You don't have to rush out of there. because then you're just giving yourself away. Already the alarms are going off, and now they're hearing tires peeling out.
Yeah.
It's like, why would you give yourself?
Because she knows she's doing wrong, and I think even though it was a dumb move on her part, when it comes to like movie wise, like people can act stupid like that.
I guess
like in their own minds, they're like, I'm already escaping, and I'm just gonna like act stupid and like I'm escaping. And it was an intense part of the movie, but I guess for me, it's just like reasoning behind the character.
Yeah.
Like,
also,
what the character.
Also, I think she took Jade's phone.
I think she does.
It doesn't really say she did, but somehow she did.
It's true. She does take Jade's phone.
Yeah. So that's why I was like, she must have stole that car too. But now you're telling me what happened. I'm like, that makes sense actually, because the drugs she already knew where they were at.
Yeah.
Unless Mike somehow. Was,
no.
It was her car.
But she definitely still. I didn't get that part. She stole her phone.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't get that part until it ran out. Like she didn't have a phone.
Yeah, she didn't have a phone the whole time. So someone she got the phone. I'm like, no, she must have just kept Jade's phone that was like given.
Oh man, you know what? That just ruined for me part of the movie.
Why is that?
She never got a call from them like, hey, where the hell are you? You escaped.
Yeah, well,
I mean, she never got one phone call like where are you? Like,
no, yeah, no,
like no one called her.
No, I don't care. Well, also supposedly there's no signal, but anyways, so. She also called her sister, which I was like, why are you calling your sister? Well, why are you letting her know you're on your way? Like, she's just going to call the rehab. Probably like, what the hell? Like,
again, I don't know the rules in the real world of like how like rehabs work, but I guess if she doesn't want to be there, she just doesn't want to be there.
Mm-hmm. So
I don't think it's like because they were not mentally ill people who were like they're just you have a drug problem and if you escape, you just don't want to be there.
Yeah.
So I don't think there's reason to call the cops or anything like that. Like no, like.
I mean, you wouldn't mean I don't know.
It's not like breaking out of jail.
No. But someone did get out, so it's like, hey, where you going?
Yeah.
Anyways,
should have called her. Somebody should have called her.
Anyways, maybe they didn't care after like she's already gone.
I just funny because I feel like it loses realism. Somebody should have called her. She should have received a call or text message, and just for like the consistency of the movie, not because it was critical to the movie. It wasn't critical to the story. It wouldn't have. It doesn't matter, but I just feel like to make you feel like there's some realism, like somebody's gonna call her. Where are you? Like, I don't care.
Yeah. Well, then the next scene we go to, she takes the car, she's driving through the mountains, I guess, or something, and then all of a sudden a blizzard starts.
Where are they? What's the city where they are?
Though? I thought it was Sacramento. I think they were Sacramento. I think that's what she says. Because she says she's from Sacramento. That's what she says. She's from Sacramento.
And then they're going to.
She was going to Salt Lake City.
Yeah, exactly. So she has to go, I guess, through some highway.
Yeah, she's going through some highway or whatever, but then a blizzard hits.
A blizzard hits, and then the highway's blocked, and there's a stop where people can go.
No. Well, first, that's not even what happens. She has her bag. She stops in the snow. Because I think either she's too tired.
She's tired and all this stress and all that. She wants to get ahead of that.
Yeah, she's thinking about getting ahead of it. And then she has the cocaine or whatever she has. I think it was cocaine. Yeah, there you go. There you go, right there. So she has a flashback when she was ODing and her sister was banging on the door.
That didn't do nothing for me in the movie.
What do you mean?
I thought it was like a filler. It felt like a filler.
Man,
it was just a filler.
It was just to show, like, what she's been through and what her sister been through already. That's why.
But I feel like
that's probably when her sister
being in the rehab. I already know she's like being through a lot.
I know, but I think it was just showing you, like, hey, look, this is actually what your sister's gone through. This is her sister, and like having a knock on her window. That's one of their probably one of her bullshits. Like, the fuck, you were ODing in the car, or whatever. Mm-hmm. Just to show more of that. But also, then that's where the cop is knocking on the window too.
Part.
That's when the cop is knocking on the door.
Because we're all this, I'm not sure how long we're into the movie already, but like all this that we've been talking, for me, this is the slow part. For me, this is all the slow part.
I mean, it wasn't too slow because, I mean, if you think about it, this was like probably 10 minutes.
Again, not that it was bad. Yeah. It was just for the reason why I'm giving you the 8, really.
So then the cop knocks on her window. The cop knocks on her window, tells her, like, she's like, oh, geez, the cops are here. Like, I didn't expect the cops to be here. And then she's like, where you going? I'm going to Salt Lake City to see my mom in the hospital. He's like, well, you can't go through here right now. You either got to go back the way you came from, or you can go to the visitor center and take shelter there. Those are her two options.
Rehab, she goes to the visitor center.
So, and he's like, it's about 100 yards up. He tells her, and he's not going to escort her though, because he's like, it's too far ahead. Like, I'm not going to go that way because I got to take care of this area or whatever.
It's really close by. So like, just go.
So my prediction at this point was like she's just gonna keep going. Why would she stop there? She's just gonna keep going.
I know. I thought it was like she's just
Yeah.
gonna go. She's not. I mean, she's not
But-
gonna go to the visitor. Like,
But
she's
no,
gonna
my
try-
prediction was wrong. So I was like,
Yeah, correct.
totally
Yeah.
wrong. Well, she does stop.
True. Wait, that's important about predictions because at this point in the movie, there's not much to predict really.
Yeah.
And if there's anything to predict, it's very predictable.
Mhm.
Whatever happens, like when you're watching the movie, you're like, oh, this is gonna happen. Nope, it happens. Oh, it happens. Up until this point in the movie.
Yep. So once she goes in, the first thing I saw was the Allstate guy.
The what?
Allstate, the insurance guy. You know, you're in good hands. You know,
Is that him?
that's him.
Oh, I knew I had seen it somewhere. That's the guy.
Yeah,
I
it's the
knew I had
Allstate
seen it
guy.
somewhere.
It's the Allstate guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're in good hands.
His character so
You're in good
much.
hands. Yeah.
I like his character.
Yeah,
I
he was a
thought
good character. He
really
was a
good.
good character for sure.
His character was on point.
Mhm. Yeah, he's like, yeah, he was. So I was like, that's why I put Allstate guys here. I was like, oh, look at that. And then so when she walks in there, she just says she needs to go use the restroom. So first thing because she walks in, she kind of like just walks past everybody. We don't know who anybody's there.
Yeah.
There's like maybe 5 minutes.
Wait, as soon as you walk in, you see they show everybody.
Yeah, kind of.
Like she walks in, she looks at the guy over by the table, like with
Yeah, they're
his
doing their
earbuds,
thing. Yeah, they're doing their
just
thing.
doing his own
I
thing.
think there's like 5
Someone's
guys.
sleeping. There's a guy just sleeping,
Mhm.
and then there's the couple, which you don't know if they're a couple,
No,
really,
yeah,
but
yeah.
like,
Yeah, because they're just like sitting
they're
there,
just sitting there, so
hanging
she
out.
doesn't know anything, right?
No, yeah, we don't know anything about
like,
it.
where's the restroom? Like walking into strangers. I thought that was pretty accurate. That was on point. Like when you walk into one of those visitor centers, like or any place like that, you're like, I don't want to talk to anybody. Like, hey, where's the restroom? Okay, awesome. I'll go over
Yeah.
there. You know.
Well, then she goes to the women's restroom, but it's all blocked off. Like everything in there is like not working. It looks like
It's
so.
not like they're repairing the.
Yeah,
the
they're doing some.
restroom.
Yeah. So then so she goes to the men's restroom instead. Yeah, and it looks like she's gonna use the cocaine because she still looks at it in the men's bathroom, and then it goes.
She's been wanting to use it since the car, guys.
Yeah.
She's been wanting to like get high. She wants
She's
that.
a quick fix.
Yeah. She needs
She's that fix.
right? So she's struggling with that, and it shows you that she's really trying to do better.
Mhm.
It shows you that she's really trying. We've all been in situations where, like, I want to do this. I know I shouldn't do it. I just feel the urge, and that's the power. Like when you have the power to say no, that you're trying to do better.
Oh yeah, for
Sometimes
sure.
you slip off. Sometimes you like, but that's what I like. Like this is a person who's really trying not to fall into drugs.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And you can see the struggle.
Mhm.
Yeah, I like that.
Then we go like somehow they do like a little scene like where she's like this with the cocaine, and then next thing you know, like almost like she opens it, but then all of a sudden you see her pouring like sugar and coffee or whatever it was, or cream probably was cream in the coffee, and then you find out that no Wi-Fi or network due to Blizzard.
The
So
storm is really bad.
Yeah.
They're in that bad area.
yeah, and there's no Wi-Fi either. So for some reason, don't know why.
yeah.
Don't know why a visitor center wouldn't have Wi-Fi.
Why would it? I don't know. I feel like
Visitor center would probably still have Wi-Fi. It's a visitor center.
I don't know. Go ahead.
You're right, but I don't know. I mean,
Visitor center is just a place to like stop. It's just a stop on the road.
I guess so, but someone's got to be in
It's
charge of it.
Huh?
Someone's got to be in charge of it.
Yeah, but why would it have like the city? The city would just have to be spending like no, like it makes sense to me that they didn't have one.
Yeah.
It's like it makes sense. And then
Yep.
we're stuck in this place with the blizzard, no people coming through, and it's just them pretty much.
Then she says, "Yeah, one of the guys went outside to go see if there was sick Wi-Fi signal, and he was able to get something for a little bit, but
Yeah.
not nothing." So then
Was,
she's like,
and that was the Allstate guy.
"Yeah." She's all like, "All right, well, I'm gonna go try myself." So she goes out there, and she's trying to look for Wi-Fi signal, and then this is when I think this was a pretty good part was. Like at first I was like, "What is this? What's going on here?" I don't because I haven't seen the trailer or anything. That's so next thing you know, there's a handprint on the window, and I'm like, "What is this? Like some kind of scary story now? What's going on here?"
At that point, the entire story changed, and it gets you really intriguing.
Yeah,
Like that's the point where you're trying to figure out things, and you don't know what's going to happen. You're trying to figure them out, and this is the moment. This is the moment the movie gets.
Yeah, I thought at first it was gonna be like a ghost story or something like that because I was like, "What's going on here? I hear some screaming. Is that screaming? Is that supposed to be screaming or is that the wind? Because I can't tell."
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden I see the handprint and I'm like, "Is that supposed to be like a ghost handprint? What's going on? Is it on the outside?" And then I'm like, "Oh no, that's on the inside. It's a van." And then that's when she kind of looks.
Wait
yeah.
a second. You're on the van already, but from the moment she walks into the visitor center, I already have a feeling in the movie where okay, this is like a thriller. This is like a horror movie. This is like what's gonna be because I didn't finish the trailer when I watched. You remember how I told you how I started watching it? So I I didn't know what the movie was about really. So I thought, okay, maybe this is a scary movie. This is maybe which there's nothing scary about it, but it gets you that point where like you don't know what's gonna happen.
Oh yeah,
And I thought that was when the movie gets
yeah.
good.
So it started getting good for sure because then you're like, what's going on? Like,
That's the moment when she gets to the visitor center, guys. That's the moment. Yeah, like the movie gets really good.
Yep, and then she pretty much, she's the hostage. There's a hostage in the van, pretty much. Like, so there's a little, like, can't tell really who it is, or you just know it's a person tied up in the van. So she looks in there. She's like, "What the heck?" And then
you can see it's a girl.
Yeah, I couldn't tell.
No, you can tell it's a girl.
I couldn't tell. It was like, it was like, it looked like, I couldn't even tell it was an adult.
I just didn't know it was a little girl.
I couldn't even tell it was an adult or a girl. I couldn't tell anything. It was for sure kind of fastish when it happened. For me. For you, maybe you already knew, but
no, I didn't know. I thought it was a girl.
Maybe you can tell better than
I just didn't know it was a little girl or a teenager. I didn't know, but it was a girl for sure.
Of course. So then she goes to the stolen car and calls someone. So she goes to I thought it was a stolen car, but it was her car. So she goes into her car and tries to make the 911 call. She's like, let me try to make the 911 call. No one's picking up. And so once she's
really daring. Well, talk about a little bit of the character, man. Come on, like this is gold for the character. The character is putting herself in a position. What would you have done that? Would you have the things that she did? Like I would be freaking out.
Well, I'll be like, what the hell? Why is someone in here? Well, personally, I would try to open the. Did she try to open the doors?
She tried to open it.
It went open, right?
Yeah, it went open.
Yeah. So then she goes to her car and she tries to like.
What would you have done?
Probably the same thing.
Because that was smart, right?
Well, yeah, I would have tried to open the doors for sure. Be like, what the heck?
The first thing that came to my mind. I cannot trust anybody inside because I don't know who's freaking.
Well, yeah, that's 100%. No, that's why she looks. She does look at the license plate. She does look at the license plate to see, like, oh, where's this car from? And she's in Nevada. She takes a picture. She takes a picture of it too. Yeah, she takes a picture.
But I thought that was really smart.
Yeah. She's like, let me take a picture of it and see what's going on.
I would be freaking out.
She was trying to send messages to the cops, so she's the messages.
Whole calculated decisions for her, like in her, like she's like her heart has to be beating really hard, but she's like, okay. I got to figure this out. Like I need to stay calm. 100%. That was really intense.
Yeah. Well, then you see like a creepy person like in the mirror, like you see like a hooded person in the mirror, and then
when she goes back to her car,
she sees in the mirror, and then she walks outside again. Oh no, I think she gets out of the car, right? She gets out of the car.
Wait.
It goes towards him.
I think at this point, no, because it was the first time. Because she was looking for the signal. That's
yeah. But then she went to the car.
Wait, no. When she wants to make it to her car, is when she sees somebody that's coming.
No, she's someone looking.
So she pretends like, like I'm looking for the signal, and she keeps walking.
Yeah, she's someone in the window.
Yeah, because somebody says like, and she's like, I'm just like going like this, and that's just something that happens in the movie. It's key. It's key. Like she was going to get caught.
She was trying to, she was trying to do that. Yeah, that's true. And then so she goes to once she sees the hooded figure in the mirror, she gets out. She gets out of the car. Mm-hmm. And then she goes towards him, and it's the Allstate guy.
Yes, correct.
Yeah, that's the Allstate guy. Yeah. So then he's like so that's why I was putting here too.
Asks if is there anything. So at that point, at that point, you're thinking, oh, he might be the bad guy.
Mm-hmm.
When I saw that, I was like, oh, he might be. I was not too sure. I was not like, they didn't make it seem like, oh, that's the bad guy. Yeah. But for me, I was like, that he might be. I don't know.
To me, I was like, how long has this person?
And that's why I liked it because usually I was like, man, they did a good job at not telling me whether he's a bad guy or not.
To me, the thing was. The hostage in the van. I was like, wait, this person must be freezing because they don't have the heat. I don't know how long it's been since the car's been off.
I know the person must be freezing. Yeah.
So they kind of like settle it later, but then you're like, all right.
Yeah.
So then when she goes back in, they start getting people's names. So we start finding out that
how.
Huh?
How does she get people's names?
Well, no. Did they start playing the game already?
You haven't said it that part.
Well, I know, but I mean, so I don't know. I think
she's trying to make small conversation with people.
But they don't play the game, right? They don't play the game first, right? Should you try finding people's names? I think because I don't have it here written down that they were playing a game. Okay, yeah, they don't play a game yet. So she starts talking to people like little by little just to find out who they are. Yeah, yeah. Like the first one she finds out the name for is Sandy, which is the lady part of the couple. Yeah, the other lady. Well, she's the only other lady there anyway. Okay. So yeah, and then she finds out the Allstate guy's name is Ed, and the guy sleeping is Lars. That's why he says that. That guy's Lars, and then the quiet guy, I guess, comes out to be Ash. So she finds out everyone's names. And the hostages on the van.
And she's trying to figure out who's like in the van.
Yeah, but then she's trying to figure out what's going on in the van. But then the Allstate guy goes like, "Hey, you want to play a game? Like, I got some cards and we're playing some poker. You guys want to come over and play some?" And then she's like,
"Which that's the beauty of the movie, man. That's what it's great because it's like, dude, I'm about to play a freaking game with like someone who's like a killer or like some freak that." So I don't know who that guy is. And I'm gonna like that's like, and she's trying to figure it out. She's trying to talking to all these people, and she's trying to figure it out. That's really interesting.
Oh yeah, for sure, it was 100% interesting.
That's like what is in the movie so tense.
Oh yeah, it gets really tense after that, and but then the guy says, "Oh, I want to play a game," and then she's like, "Oh, not everyone knows how to play those kind of games," and he's like, "Well, why don't we play?" That's when like is it Lars?
Bullshit.
Lars, I think it's Ash. He's the one let's play bullshit. Like, well,
he wanted to play poker.
Yeah, and then Ash was like, "Well, let's play bullshit."
Ash wanted to play bullshit, which he was the creepy guy. Yeah. He's the guy that the movie is telling you he is the guy.
Yeah, he was stereotypical.
Like the movie is the movie is telling you he is a bad.
I was thinking this guy was gonna be the like, oh, like don't believe like just by appearances, but no, it was
exactly.
Like the opposite.
That's what I was thinking. I was okay, the movie's telling me he's the guy, and I was like thinking. Okay, it's so obvious he's the guy that I don't think he's gonna be there.
Yeah, I know.
Because it's like it's so obvious.
Too obvious. It's so obvious for him to be it. Like
weird freak. He was like
he was freaky.
Strange. Like it's one of those guys that if you talk on the street, like if you come across you and he asks you for like I don't know, like for
got some change
or something, you'd be like, dude, like get out.
Some change.
His vibe is just like negative. So
got any spare change?
Yeah. So it was so obvious that I was like, no, he's not gonna be there.
And then she tries finding out where everyone's from because like she starts like asking people like, "Oh, where are you guys from? Like, where are you guys coming from?" So
she got the license plate. She wants to know where they're from. Yeah.
So that is where I found out. Like, okay. So they start playing the game actually, and this is what we kind of find out because they start talking about where each of them are from.
She's making small talk like, Ash, like we're all stuck here. Yeah. Where are you guys from? Like,
Ash says he's from San Francisco. Ed said he's from San Jose. That's when Lars, he said he's from Battle Mountain, which I was like, where's Battle Mountain? And I looked it up real quick, Nevada. So,
okay.
That's what I was like, okay, so that guy's from Nevada. And so the very first hand, Darby puts down a jack, Ash puts down a jack, Ed puts down a jack, and then Sandy puts down a jack. And that's 4 jacks in a row. And I was surprised no one called bullshit. So he's like,
no, me too. I did notice that. No one called bullshit.
Well, no one called bullshit. All right, well, whatever. So then Lars puts down a queen, and then he goes back to Darby. And then Darby, she puts down another jack. And that's when he calls bullshit.
Yeah.
And then she's all like, all right, go ahead and check it. And there was a jack. Yeah. And he's like, well, why don't you put both jacks down? Which was kind of weird. Like, well, why are you guys telling me how to play? I can play however I want.
Like, I just made you like get all these cards.
Yeah, you didn't tell me the rules from the beginning. Yeah. Like, why would I know to put them both down? I can play them whenever I want.
Yeah, exactly. The character reaction. What's his name again?
Lars.
Again, he's just so weird. He's like, it's one of those bat losers that he lost a hand and he gets upset for the most stupid. It's like when you play poker. It's like you play poker and then you bluff in a way, and you win with a shitty hand, right? If you don't play poker, like you've probably seen like that you have a really bad hand and you end up winning. You don't even realize how you won. And then the people that are the good players, right? Just because you're new and you don't know how to play and you got lucky, they get so upset. Like, yes, how you play poker? You don't play like that. And it's like, dude, it's the game. Like, I do whatever I want.
Yeah.
Well, that's how Lars was. Like, he was just so freaky.
Well, he was like he wanted it his way pretty much almost.
Yeah.
Like, he was a weird guy. So then we start playing some more. Nothing really happens other than he playing cards.
Wait, there's something interesting though that we need to discuss this. Like all the characters, like when they introduce them, they make you think Lars is on his own.
Oh, yeah.
It's obvious the couple like Ed and Sandy are together.
No, at one point because the only reason we know is because they do something almost like where they
during the game when they say like we are together.
Yeah,
like,
we're together. Yeah, they pretty much say it. Like,
yeah.
So that's how we find out.
Yeah, and then Ash is like on his own, and then of course Darby.
Well,
right?
you obviously assume that he's on his own because he said he's from San Jose, and the other guy says he's from Battle Mountain. So obviously, it almost sound like they weren't together either. Like, it made him sound separate.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
I get it. Yeah.
Like the movie presents these people that you don't know about, and they present them all in like we're all from different parts.
Yeah.
We don't know each other.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's how it goes. And then we start getting a little bit more. That's why I wrote this down too. So we found out that Ed was in the Marines. And we find out, this is when we find out that they were a couple too. Like, Ed and Sandy, a couple?
And Ed was a classical Marine.
Yeah.
He's behavior, his demeanor, he's like all about him telling you that he's an ex-Marine, and that he played like a really good part.
Yeah, and they're on their way to Reno.
Mm-hmm.
So the couple were on the way to Reno, and then she was on her way to Salt Lake City. So there's got to be somewhere in between that. That's where this is actually happening. This visitor center, because that's when they never really talk about where exactly this visitor center is at. Then we find out that Lars. This is when we find out because there's a certain play that happens that pisses off Lars even more, and like he throws all the cards on the ground now at a certain point because he gets pissed off in the game. Yeah. He gets so pissed off that he throws the cards.
That's how weird the guy is. Yeah. Like he's playing with strangers.
Like I was like, this guy's
really upset just for like a bad hand, and he throws a tantrum with strangers. Like that's how weird. The guy is.
Like he got like mental issues. He has some mental issues or something.
Yeah,
But then that's when I like the part where he's like, "Oh, are we playing 52 card pickup?"
Yeah, because Ed was so cool. Like he was a really cool guy.
Really cool guy.
Like, yeah.
And then my prediction again was like this is too obvious. This guy's got to be a red herring. They're just making this guy. There's no way that guy could be the bad guy, like for this kind of movie. Now that I'm so used to seeing.
No, because he says he's going to Sacramento. He's going to like Battle Mountain. So
no, he says he's from there.
Yeah, he's from there.
He didn't say where he's going.
Oh, okay, but
they didn't never say where they're. They never say where they're going.
Battle is in Nevada, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He just said he's from there.
Yeah,
so that's why.
That's the clue that made her know, like he's the one, like he's the owner of the van.
Mm-hmm. Well, I was thinking because everyone else had different areas, and I'm like, can it really be this guy only? Like this guy's like basically getting narrowed down, right at the beginning.
To that point, we know the guy's involved with the girl.
Yeah, but well, I put still like I'm like, it can't be this obvious. That's what I thought.
Me too.
Yeah, at this point, I'm still at this point.
I'm thinking like, okay, he's probably the guy.
Yeah,
like he's probably the guy. However, I did think, and that was just me. I did think, what if there's somebody else? Like, what if somebody's actually involved? Somebody else. Yep. I did think that did occur to my head.
Yeah. Well, then I guess she goes to the restroom. Darby does. She leaves them. Mm-hmm. She goes to the restroom again. And she goes onto the snowstorm.
She's worried. She's like wanted to go. Well, during the game, she's paying attention outside.
Oh yeah, she's always watching the van.
She's like stressed. She's
because
they're all the same. They're all this, but she's just thinking there's a little girl outside.
Yeah, and in the snow, and it's freezing.
Yeah,
it's freezing out there. So she breaks into the van. I forget how she breaks into the van, but she breaks into the van. I think
this is how she does. Remember that she had the screwdriver?
Yeah.
From the car when she goes into her car, she grabbed a ruler.
Oh yeah.
And then she had it with her.
Yeah, probably Slim Jim.
So after that, she goes to the bathroom and she finds a way to sneak her out of the complex without using the front door.
Yeah.
And then go into the van.
In the women's restroom, there was like a little board. Yeah, she got out of the way, and she was
able to make it outside and go into the van and break into the van.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And then she's in the van. She's taking off the girl's mask. The duct tape on her face.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when
it's gonna hurt. It's like a band-aid's gonna hurt and whatnot.
Yeah, and that's when the car just starts jiggling open. Remember, like he starts opening the door. Lars is actually out there. Lars shows up at the vehicle.
Was it that exact moment? That's moment. Really cutting it close.
Yeah, that's what it. No, yeah, she was, and then she hides herself under like a bunch of blankets.
She has under.
And then he's like, he went out there because he's like, I got to turn the car on and get some heat in there because it's getting cold, and I don't want you to die from the cold.
Yeah.
So.
And the guy's like, the guy, despite how freaky he was, he comes across as like trying to care for the girl. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want you to die. Like, I'm gonna like care for you, even though it's messed up.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it's messed up, man. The guy grew
I
up
mean-
there. I am, but the guy comes like, oh, I want just gonna
Yeah.
get you some heat, and he's talking to her, and the girl's just really scared.
It gets worse actually after that. Like later on, once you find out what they're actually doing, you're like, oh wow, these are way worse than I thought. So then once Lars leaves because he doesn't see that she was there. All he sees is the girl, and he's like, oh yeah, like everything looks normal here-ish. I'm gonna go now. I'll be back.
Mm-hmm.
So he leaves, and then Darby leaves too. Jay the
Darby
hostage.
leaves the girl again. They're
Jay the
explaining
hostage.
that
Oh,
she needs to leave so that everything seems normal.
Yeah, yeah,
again,
yeah.
That she's gonna go.
she said she tells her I'm going to come back.
Yeah.
And we find out her name is Jay.
So at that point, she already knows who that is, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, the girl's name is Jay, but Darby now knows that Lars is the
Oh yeah,
actual
he's
person
a
in there,
kidnapper for sure.
right? I do think that because I thought it, right? I thought it. I was like, man, there's got to be someone else involved, right? There's got to be someone else involved. So I'm thinking she's got to be smart enough to go back and try to like figure out like who else is involved, right? Or maybe no one else involved, right? Because you don't know, and you don't know. But that was
Well, she goes.
that's a mistake that anybody could make. But I feel like the character being what she had done, like I feel like that was a flaw in the character. Maybe not. I mean, because it's stressful when I'm. But they did a good job with Ash, like how she. Like,
Yeah, no. So she comes back into the restroom, and somehow Ash comes in there too. I guess he was there to check up on her, make sure she.
Well, it had been a while, so the
Yeah.
guy goes and checks out on her.
Yeah,
You
he's
know
like-
why she
Yeah,
checked out on her.
yeah. Well, now okay. So, anyways, so we're talking. Ash goes in there. He's talking to her, and then she starts saying, "Oh my God, there's a kidnapped girl in the van. Lars took her. I found out who was everything." And all of a sudden, Lars kind of walks in, and then she starts making out with him
Yeah.
to pretend like they have nothing to do with each other. And then Lars kind of like walks away. He's like, "What the hell?" Like, all right, I'll walk away. I'll let him
Yeah.
take care of whatever he needs to take care of in there, I guess. And we don't know anything's going on.
Yeah.
Like we just know that she told Ash told she should.
Well, wait, okay. She goes back into the restroom, right? Because that's where she was
Yeah.
supposedly, right? And then the other guy, what's his name? Ash. Ash goes and checks on her, like, "Hey, is everything all right?"
Yeah, we know that. Yeah,
Okay. And then she. There's something that happened that I can't really remember, but there's something that happened that made her trust him. There was something that happened because the movie presents it like she is already been skeptical of other people as well. Like, who do I tell? And the first obvious person was Ed because he was in the Marines and like it was the first obvious person. But because Ash is the one who checks on her, he comes across as someone she can trust. So she does it, and she trusts in him. And then when she knows that someone else is knocking, she doesn't know it's going to be Lars, but she thinks it could be Lars. She starts making out with him really quick. Not because it was a moment of like romance or anything.
no,
It
just her to
was just trying to pretend as if like that's what they're doing, as if that's what they're doing. And then Lars leaves, right?
yeah.
So I don't know. I just want to get into explain to the guys how things are happening, not just brush it off like, oh, they just started making out. No, like
No, I mean now because
No, there's
I said why because Lars was there. He shows up, and the only reason she started making out with him was because Lars walked in, and then when Lars sees that they're making out, he walks away. I said that.
I just want to make it clear. I don't know.
Yeah, it was pretty clear. I thought it was pretty clear.
I don't
Well,
think-
what I miss?
well, guys, if it wasn't clear, you
Put in the comments
If
below.
it wasn't clear, you
Put in the comments. Yes, I think I was pretty
clear.
clear about it.
I mean, if you go back, right, and rewind it, you're probably going to hear it, right? But I'm just saying, in the conversation...
Because you're not paying attention to me. That's why.
No, I'm not.
You don't pay attention
This is
to me.
this is too
Oh
much.
my
No,
God!
No, all the details matter.
I did. That's what I'm saying. I did all the details. You just didn't pay attention.
No, I think you just brushed them off.
I didn't brush it. I told you what happened.
It was just like...
Whatever.
Like,
All right,
yeah,
continue.
you have
Let's
to be
continue.
more detailed.
I was pretty detailed about it. I said he was making out, and Lars walks in.
That's no, like you gotta paint the scene. For
I did
eyes.
paint the
You gotta- you
scene.
gotta
The
paint
scene was Lars was about to walk in, so she makes it look like they were making out.
but she doesn't know it's Lars. She's like, and she just thinks it's Lars. And then
No,
she
well, I
starts
mean, obviously she was thinking because she saw Lars come in and go
She
straight.
can't risk it. She can't risk
Yeah.
it, so she has to like pretend. Yeah, but it was Lars. Yeah.
Yeah. because Lars was looking for her too, because he's like, wait, obviously, where's she at? She's been gone for a while. What the heck? Like, anyway, so then we find out that that's when Ash and Lars are actually together. Like, we find out shortly after that, like, almost like we're the next scene is like pretty much, oh, these two are together actually, and you just consulted the wrong guy. Like the guy you just made out with is the guy you shouldn't have been making out with.
That's okay. So that's when it hit me that like, man, I knew she was involved with somebody. Like there was somebody else, and of course it's this guy, and that was shocking, and that's what made the movie like really interesting. That's like she messed up, so she trusts on the guy that shouldn't be trusting, because he's also involved. But did he already say how she discovered he was involved? No, you didn't say that part.
What?
You didn't say that part.
What part?
You didn't say how she knows he's involved.
I forget.
Yeah, exactly.
What happened?
Okay, after she makes out, they come up with a plan. The guy tells him, okay, here's a nail gun, right? And he modifies it really quick, like some safety or something, so that now he can throw like nails like really like gun, right? So they come up with that plan, and like, okay, I'm gonna go get Ed. We're gonna talk to.
Well, because Lars has a gun. That's why Lars has a gun on him.
Yeah, because Lars has a gun. In the van, she had discovered that Lars had a gun. So the plan is he's gonna go to the front and try to like confront Lars supposedly, right?
Mm-hmm.
But she is gonna go back to the van and try to get her out, right?
Yep.
So when she goes to the van. And he's untying and finally removes the thing from like the girl, the tape from her mouth. The girl is like, "How did he?" She says something about the two guys, like, "Oh, how did you like find out who the two guys are, or something like that? How did you find out?" And she's like, "What do you mean two guys?"
No. He says, "What about the men?" She's like,
"Oh yeah, sorry, that's what it was."
She didn't say two guys. She didn't say two guys. She never said two guys. She said men.
She said like, "Oh, what about the two men?" And she's like, "What do you?"
No, man, no. She just says men.
Men, yeah.
She just says men. She just like there could have been 4 or 5. Who knows? She never said a number of how many.
Men. It's like
she's like, what about the other men?
And what did they look like?
What about the other men?
And she says like, what do they look like? And then the girl describes it, and she finds out that she just told Ash.
Oh yeah.
And she just found out, like, oh, I just told Ash everything, and Ash was the bad guy.
Yeah.
And that's when
right.
the movie gets that twist. That's
right.
That's when well, not really. That's just one part of the twist. That's one part when.
Well, I mean, there's many twists. There's many twists that keep going after that. Because I put here, Ash catches her and lets her know why. And she lets him know why she was a drug addict. And that her dad used to be in the military.
That was like a little bit like Ash saying, like, oh, I know, like Ash reading her and trying to like, oh, I know exactly who you are. You're not going to do this, because Ash is trying to like get something to blackmail her so she doesn't say anything.
Yeah. Like, you be quiet or else I'll kill everybody.
She threatens her like really badly.
Well, he says like, I'm going to kill everybody in here.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to do all that, and like now she threatens her. So now her hopes to like say to somebody to get help, she can't, because now she's being watched by these guys.
Mm-hmm. And then we find out that Jay is actually... Well, we also find out that her dad killed himself, too.
We do find that out because she
was a military guy, too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And she says that to Ash. I forgot why she says that to Ash, even though, because she already knew, like, Ash was the bad guy, but I think there was a reason, like...
Yeah, it was like...
There was like, a scene where she's being threatened by this guy, and she's just trying to get out of that situation so she doesn't get killed. And she gets really vulnerable, and she shares his story. And the guy's using that to, like, just control her.
It was like a psychological thing.
Yeah, psychological.
It was all, like I said, that's why it kind of counts as a psychological thriller, because it's a psychological thing. Then we find out that the Jay is actually a ransom of a tech rich guy. It doesn't say who he was or what he was with. And that she has Addison. So I've never heard of Addison's before. But that's her disease. Yeah. Like if she has too much adrenaline, if she gets too much adrenaline, she can overdose on her own adrenaline. She can overdose. And I was like, well, I never heard of that one. That's crazy. Yeah. Like if you,
but it's a real thing.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a real thing. I don't think.
I didn't know either, but I looked it up. It's a real thing. Yeah.
Yeah, which is crazy. I mean, imagine if you're going on a roller coaster, and you're like,
which is more of the which is got a little snippet. Like if they know that she's sick, like why do they have him out there and like the like and
I don't know. They give some reason of her like of why she's out there, and that she shouldn't be let go because then she could die from having too much adrenaline or something like that. I don't know. Let me see. Sandy interrupts and Ash threatens Lars and Ash. What? Sandy interrupts him.
Yeah, we're making out. No,
yeah. Sandy interrupts and
Ash was threatening Darby, and then Sandy comes in. And Sandy wants to talk to her, which I think was the perfect moment for her to say something to Sandy. She should have said something to Sandy. That was just the logical thing to do. But I guess Ash did get into her head, and she feared Ash, so she didn't say anything. But guys, he walks out of their bathroom. Sandy's like, I need to talk to her alone. So Ash is, of course, not trying to be not suspicious at all, like act suspicious. So he actually leaves, but because he threatened Darby, I guess, actually gets into it. I don't know. At the end, she wishes just. But at the end of the day, she's alone with Sandy. Ash leaves, and Darby does not say anything.
No, she's over. Nothing's wrong. Everything's good.
Yeah,
everything's fine.
Yeah,
but then we find out that.
But that was like. But that's what for the movie for me was like. No, like I don't care how much the other guy threatened me. I can tell her, and she can be sneaky as well. We're like, hey, okay, but he knows that I know now, so like you act as if nothing happens, and just like
I think he was overhearing her, like he could overhear everything that was going on there. Cause he just walks down. I think he starts saying again with the wall to make sure, like, hey, she's not going to say anything.
They closed the door, didn't they? I think they closed the door.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I think the door was shut.
Oh, okay. Well, anyways, we find out that Lars and Ash are fosters, supposedly. Well, that's what they say they are.
Mm-hmm.
They're both fosters. And then, the little girl, did you remember she had she was able to get the knife, the little razor knife, to cut herself out of the ropes, and she escapes the van.
Mm-hmm.
And she goes running out into the woods.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's when they're they're playing. They're back again at the table, just talking.
No,
talking.
At this point, I think that Darby had run out too. She ran out again. She ran to the snow.
No. After that, they all go back to the table at the visitor center, like at the main area, and they're all like talking again.
Yeah, for a little bit.
Yeah, and that's the moment. No, that's the moment when Ash actually shares a part of her Darby, like, oh yeah, your dad died and whatnot, like this and this way and whatnot, and then it becomes a little awkward moment because Ed is like, hey, that was for her to share. It was not you. It was not your business. You shouldn't have said
that. Yeah.
It becomes a really. But before that happens, she has from the table where she's sitting. She already has a direct line of sight to the van, so she sees that the girl escapes. And then she just goes like this, and then Ash realizes that, and Lars realizes that. So Lars is like, "Oh, I gotta go," because Lars is weird, and he's like not obviously like, well, he just gets up and leaves. And then Ash had just told her story about how her dad died.
Yeah,
and she's like, "Oh, this is like too bothering," and she goes back to the restroom. And then Ash is like, "Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I messed up. I'm gonna go check on her." And then leaving Ed and Sandy again alone.
That's right. See that, and then they go, but then that's when they go outside again. All three of them.
That's when that happens because
they're trying to look for her. They're trying to look for Jay.
Because I think, does she take the backside again?
Yeah, all three of them go through the same thing. Because he's like, "You're going to come with us. We're going to go find her, and you're going to call her name."
No, Lars went on the front door.
Yeah, he goes out the front door, but to go look for her too. But they all meet up in the back. All three of them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they all meet up together. Both Ash and her walk out of the bathroom.
They're going,
and they go through the bathroom
one
outside.
Them has a flashlight.
Yeah, and then they're like, "You're going to call her name out so she can come to you." So start calling her name.
Guys, the movie is really you're into the movie. I hope we're not making at this point, guys. Everything's so tense. Everything's everything's on the table. Like she can die at any moment. The guys can just easily kill her at any moment. And
it's freezing cold too.
You want them to rescue.
Can't see anything.
You just want to rescue. They made a good job for you to like kind of care for the girl. I mean, you're just gonna care for the girl, and this is like we gotta save that girl. And the only person who can do it is the girl that is Darby. Darby who's a messed up like drug addict, right? And she's the only person that can do it.
Mm-hmm.
So she, at this point, guys, you're so invested in the movie, and this is the tense part of it. and you gotta watch it. You gotta watch it and see, like, because this is the good part of the movie. Yeah,
Yeah.
this is what saves the entire movie of how things are developing. Yeah.
So then they somehow she like rolls herself down the hill because like they're on the top of a hill, and then she rolls down because she wants to get away from them, and she does kind of get away, but then she also hits herself on a tree and she does a bunch of stuff, and then the other guys are like, "What the hell? Like she just left us." So then they're trying to like get her because they want to have her back. And she like kind of clears up where she's at, and she hides behind a tree, and they're getting kind of close to her, like where she's at. So she like throws like I forget what she had on her. She threw something.
Wait, I don't know. You speak really fast for me, and I don't realize. But did you say the part of like? Okay, you said this part. They three go out and look for her.
Yeah.
She's in front of them.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you said that, but she's in front of them.
She is for a little bit. They tell her like you walk in front of
you have to find. You have to like find her.
You have to call her name.
And yeah, exactly. And she has what does she have? She has on with her. What tool she has with her? She has a tool with her.
Might have been a hammer.
No. But anyway, she's in front, and she she has a flashlight too.
She has a flashlight too.
She has a flashlight too, and she sees the tracks of where she's going. So she just turns the flashlight the other way, and she keeps on going. Right? She keeps on going. So they pass, and she already knows where the girl is. So that's also another smart move of like how she what she's doing, right? So she mislead them, and then she turns around and blinds the guys.
Oh yeah.
Blinds them like she has a spotlight, right?
Yeah.
So it's really bright. So she turns really fast, blinds them, and runs.
Yeah.
And runs. But it's dark. She can't see. She tossed the flashlight. So
she rolls down a hill.
So she rolls down a hill.
Mm-hmm.
She and then now she's hurt on her leg.
Yeah, well, no, her back to her head too. She just like her head on like the tree and everything. Damn.
Yeah.
She gets all messed up. I was like, damn.
Yeah. So and you're trying to find the girl, right? Like you're trying to like.
Yeah, there's the other guys are still trying to find the girl, but then.
So while that's going on, it turns out the girl.
Yeah, she wasn't that far away.
Yeah, she wasn't that far.
No, Ed sees her.
Exactly. So. That's what I was trying to say.
Ed was like, "I want to go check it out,"
and she's like, "Oh wait! When she runs, when she runs, right? She blinds them. She runs. Ash actually shoots the gun. Misses.
Yeah, that's how Ed hears
the gun, and Ed is like,
"I heard a gunshot."
That was a gunshot. And it's like, "Oh, are you sure?" It's like that. There's only one noise that sounds like a gunshot. Like
you can't mix it up.
So it's like I know because the guy you already know he's ex-military. He knows he's been in war. He knows that this stuff was it's a gunshot. I gotta go outside and see what's going on.
Yeah.
The moment he walks out of the building, he sees the little girl freezing there, like just walking there, like just freezing. Right. So he runs for her, brings it inside. The wife is a nurse. I think we didn't say that, but the wife is a nurse, so she can actually.
But we don't find out that she's a nurse.
No. We know that she's a nurse.
She said it
at the table when
she's a nurse.
When we find out that he's an ex-military, that the guy is just traveling.
Oh yeah, I think I have it written down here.
We find out that she's a nurse. Yeah,
I think we have it written down.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't say it.
So she's trying to help her out. Ed is like, I need to, So that's happening while Darby's running away from these two guys. She's able to escape, right? The way we told you, she blinds them and whatnot, and
distracts them.
There's one smart moment when you are talking about now.
They get close.
She grabs a rock and then she tosses it really far, and then they think the noise are coming from somewhere, so they get distracted. These guys are dumb, really. They're just trying to pull something really like complicated, but like they're not that smart in their plan. So. She runs to the visitor center and tells Ed everything right away.
Oh, yeah, she tells Ed and
Ed and Sandy everything right away. And Ed is like, okay, lock the doors. And like they lock the doors. They do it like a barricade or sort of. They have the girl now. And man, shit's about to hit the fan.
Yeah, well then
it always really bad, but like things are gonna get worse.
Then now that they know, he's like, hey, we just want the girl. That's all we want.
Yeah. They start negotiating. It becomes like a hostage situation, right? Like we're like not a hostage, but like
no. So you're gonna get away from me or whatever. Mm-hmm. We're gonna keep the girl, and you just go away.
He's a smart guy. He knows how to handle this.
Just go away. And he even says, "I have a gun."
He knows how to block the windows because there's a lot of windows. He knows how to do that. He knows like
Yeah, he pretends to have a gun.
He pretends to have a gun.
Well,
he scares because the guys are coming in already. He's like, "Oh, fuck it, I have a gun." But he's like, "Oh no, I have a gun."
Yeah.
Right. And so then the guy's like, "Oh, we don't know."
Yeah,
right?
we don't know
He
if he has
says
a gun or
already-
not. Yeah, he might. Most likely have.
So
Most likely
it's
have.
like the guy is like, "Well, this guy's got it. He's got to figure it out. He's gonna save the girl."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then Sandy is persuaded into giving up the girl because of the medication. So they go like, "Hey, well, we really have the medication. If you don't give us the medication,"
Sandy is so scared, and all of a sudden you see Sandy being so scared, and it's like I couldn't believe it. Like Sandy, like the wife to this military who's like handling the situation very well.
Yeah.
She's all of a sudden like kind of like
Just give it up.
exit.
Just give it up.
Easy,
Give it up.
He's like, just give her up. We don't want to die. Like, just give her up. It's like, are you kidding me? You're gonna give up this little girl? Like, whatever they're gonna do to her is like, no, like you can't just come up like say give her up. But that was Sandy. Sandy's like, oh wait a second. Sandy's just trying to give her up so easily. And it gets worse, guys.
Yeah, and then I have here because Ed says that okay, we'll give you give us the medication, and we'll give you your keys back to your car or whatever. Yes.
Yeah, the guys say they have the medication, so they want to get the girl, and the guys say, "Hey, you can't keep her; she's about to die. We have the medication. Give us that, right?"
Yeah.
And then the RB realizes like because when she escapes on the bathroom, right? When she's trying to escape in the bathroom, and that's how they all three ended up at the back of the bathroom because she's trying to escape from him. Right, sorry guys, going back a little bit when she's at the bathroom trying like with Ash after being upset for Ash telling the story about her dad. They're at the bathroom and she's trying to like actually hit Ash and trying to like escape or something. So she's not very successful at that part. But during that struggle, he lost his keys. She actually got the keys and tossed them like kind of far.
Yeah.
And she's the one who she hid the keys, but Ash never realizes that. Anyway, fast forward to the moment we're talking, where they're negotiating, and he's like, "We have the medicine. Give us a girl, and we're going to be out of here." Then Darby tells us they can't go anywhere. We have the keys.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the leverage they have to like talk them to like, we give us the medicine, we give you the keys.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Then it says, meant for keys.
And things are gonna get so bad.
Yeah. Then the guys come back because after like they're like, you know what? Who cares? We'll just burn them. So they come back with a gas can and they start putting gas all over the front door.
Was that at that point where? No, I think.
That's what I have written down here. Bad guy comes back with gas can.
Yeah, that's true. But that was what was the note that he had before that?
Oh, the best for the keys. Give us the medication for the keys.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And they're like,
and he's like, "Fuck it," right? Like,
yeah, that's when he goes like, "We're just gonna burn the place down."
But they stopped from burning. Why?
Well, because they're like, well, if you don't, well, he's like saying, well, we're gonna give you.
So
he's gonna count down. He's like, I want to give you a countdown. You give me the keys, bro. So I'm just gonna throw this match.
Mm-hmm.
Like, pretty much that's what the ultimatum was. It was an ultimatum.
Oh yeah, what's the next one? Don't say it yet. What's the
no. The next part I have is Sandy is also bad.
Okay,
because then
that's. I said don't say it. Okay,
you told me.
But I figure out. Like, well, I thought you were. But it's because it's so. This is guys where the movie gets
crazy.
This is it. This is where the movie was like, whoa! You never saw it coming. You never saw it coming. So Sandy is like, no, guys, like, he does not have a gun.
Yeah.
Don't burn this down. He does not have a gun. So at that point, it's like, what in the world? Like, why is she like?
Yeah, what would you say that?
What's happening?
Why would you portray me like that?
Yeah. And isn't that the moment when the girl?
Well, then there's a flashback. Then there's a flashback.
They do a flashback, right?
So yes, they do a flashback that she actually worked for the parents. Of the little girl.
She is the nanny of the girl that ended up stuck.
Well, she's the nurse of the girl.
Yeah, she's the nurse of the girl, right? So she's actually in that move.
She helped with the kidnapping.
And the kid,
she helped it. She helped
it happen.
Yeah.
Right. So they put a flashback on how she takes care of the girl. The girl is like a brat. She's like rich little girl. She doesn't treat her. I mean, it's a little girl doing little girl's things. Like she's being mean, but like as a little girl, nothing too bad really. But something that should have been like reprimanded. But whatever. It's a little girl. Those women helped these guys kidnap her for some money because they were in a really bad situation financially.
Yeah, she was basically got money out of it. She got money.
So after the flashback, the little girl actually comes out of that shock because all this time, sorry, I don't think we said that before, but she was in shock.
No,
and
she was
laying
cold.
down,
She was like
she
dying
was
from
cold,
cold.
like but she comes out of that shock, and she says,
Oh,
"Sandy."
Sandy? Yeah, she looks at her.
And then like what? Like Darby and Ed's like, how, wait, what?
Did she know with each other?
Didn't say anything. Like if you know this girl, you'd be like, oh my god, this is the person that I look for after, right?
Sure.
This is you should have said something, right? But she didn't. She acted as if she was a complete stranger that she's trying to help out. I guess I'm a nurse and I'm gonna try to help her out. But then the girl recognizes her, and she was in the whole thing.
Mm-hmm. She was
the entire time. And so, which brings me back to my point when they were in the restroom, when Sandy knocks, when Ash is threatening Darby not to say anything, right? And then Sandy comes like, oh, I want to talk to Darby alone. Ash leaves, and I'm thinking the whole time, this is the perfect time for you to say something to Sandy. You should have said something to Sandy. Like, it's just a logical thing. Like, I know you're scared, but you should have said. And she doesn't say anything, right?
Wouldn't matter.
But imagine, but the story would have changed completely.
Why is that? What would they change that?
Because she's in the kidnapping.
Changed. I mean,
so she would have been like, yeah, like I'll help you, but she's not gonna help her.
Probably she wouldn't help her for sure.
Yeah,
like
So the story would have been completely different. And now, and no, wait a second. And now I bet you that had she told Sandy something, right? Like let's for a moment think like she actually tells Sandy something, then. At that point, she's not gonna tell Ed.
No.
Just no way she tells Ed.
Done and done.
Yeah. But this is the climax of the movie.
I think so.
Right there. Yeah. This is the climax. This is the moment.
Well, that's like the high. This
blown.
Yeah, this is the high point for sure. Then Ed gets shot shortly after that.
Well, yeah, because she's like, hey, he doesn't have a gun. He doesn't have a gun.
So he gets shot. I thought he was maybe dead. I was like, is he dead? I don't know.
No, I thought for a moment maybe he's not dead.
No, yeah, he did die though, luckily.
I mean, but for a moment when they shot him, maybe he getting somewhere.
He should have the shoulder. I think he hit the shoulder or something.
Like he's not gonna die. No, but he was dead, guys.
Yeah, that's it. And then this is where we shortly find out after that Lars and Ash are child traffickers.
Huh?
They're child traffickers.
Oh yeah. So okay. So there's an intense conversation where Ed is like, Sandy, what are you doing? Like, no, it's for the money. They're just gonna. Sandy is like making all these excuses for her to feel like it was legit for her to do that.
Yeah,
they're
just gonna ransom the kids.
We should have some of that money too because we're having this really bad shape. So all they're gonna do is they're just gonna like ask for ransom. They're just all they're gonna do. And Ed knows better. Ed is like, honey, no.
Yeah, they're not.
That's not what they're gonna do.
No, and then even Ash was like, yeah, we're gonna traffic children. We do.
Yeah. That's not what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
It gets so sad, and Sandy is like, I don't know, but she must be feeling pretty shitty right now.
She messed up. She's like
really low. Like she's less than warm. I don't know. Like she's warm. Like.
And then so Sandy gets shot too.
Sandy gets shot.
Yeah.
Who shot her?
For sure, Ash did. He's got the gun at that point.
Why?
Or I don't remember.
Because after that they shoot Ed. She runs to help Ed, and then I think she's at that point she's really pissed, and she's like kind of like try to attack her or something, but the guy just shoots at Sandy just because.
Oh, you know what though?
What?
Okay, so then Darby, they need to know what the keys are because the only one who knows is Darby.
Oh yeah, Darby's the only one who knows.
She's the only one who knows. But so then Ed and
guys, things get really complicated. So sorry for all this back and forth, but things get really. There's so much happening in the movie.
Ed and Sandy.
And you gotta keep track of things how it happened in the movie in order to understand and follow up. Yeah.
And then shortly after that, what's his name? Ash. He gets the nail gun.
Well, the both bad guys. The one has the nail gun.
Ash uses the nail gun, and so he
has the nail gun.
He uses it on both Ed and Sandy. Then they both die. He like pumps a bunch of them into Ed.
Yeah.
He punched.
After they shot him.
Yeah, he was still alive, and then he's like pop,
more
times.
Yeah.
I was like,
and Sandy's really upset and whatnot, and so he's just gonna kill Sandy.
So he just kills her too. He's like, yeah.
But there was a conversation also when it's like, because they don't know where the keys are, because Sandy had that keys. Darby had the keys, but Darby tells them where the keys are.
Yeah, they're in the bathroom, I think, right? In the bathroom, sure.
They're in the bathroom. Well, no, they're outside the bathroom. You know how there was an exit on the bathroom, so like they're like right outside. And during that time, Ash is the one looking for the keys. Lars has the gun. The actual gun, not the nail gun.
Yeah, the nail has the gun.
Has the gun.
Yeah, has the gun.
And then the girl, and then guys, Darby gets
nailed
to the wall. Right here.
No, it's right here.
Right here. Yeah,
right in the wrist area. Right in the wrist area.
Like, gets nailed to the wall.
I was like,
that is really gory. That's really gory. It's like, oh fuck, she gets like.
Yeah, she gets nailed.
And then the girl is over there, like still in shock, like not being able to move much. Well, actually, at that point, she's a little better. Yeah. And then Lars, the crazy guy, freaky. Well, I mean, both are crazy, but this is the freaky, like not normal guy. He's the one with the gun, while Ash is out looking for the keys. So this is the moment for Darby to try to like find herself out of that, right? So she actually.
Well, first Jay gets
There's more flashbacks.
Yeah. No, not more flashbacks.
There's a flashback. Yeah,
okay.
The drug before she takes the drug. Yeah,
what was the flashback?
On her taking drugs.
Why would they do a flashback of her taking drugs?
She takes the drug.
Yeah, she took the drug.
Yeah, exactly. So again.
Yeah, but she also how Jay get her the hammer. Huh? The hammer was too far away for her to grab it, so she had Jay go get it.
Oh yeah, exactly.
So she needed Jay to get the hammer, and then the next scene.
Wait, but dude. You're just rushing through things.
No. I'm not trying to. No.
When she
well,
takes
I'm saying
because
I was going with the drug part. That's why I was like, the next thing is that she takes the drugs, and then the way that she gets the drugs, it kind of gets her adrenaline again. Like it gets her adrenaline pumping.
But she takes the drugs because she's trying to figure out a plan to get out of it. So it's taking the drugs, guys. Do you know why? Like, yeah, you have 5 seconds to guess why she's taking the drugs.
But that's not even it.
Wait. They have 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3. 2, 1.
What?
Because she's gonna use it as a way for her not to feel pain. Because she's gonna.
Oh yeah, she's
gonna use the hammer and like pull her. No, before she uses the hammer, she actually just trying to.
Yeah,
she
tries.
She's trying to pull really hard.
Yeah. But before that, the Ash lets her know what's going on. She's he has a cell phone. And he goes like, "Oh wow, the 911 text that you sent out went through."
We have not been talking about that, but throughout
the movie, it just came up. It comes up this one.
Well, it just came out, but really, we should have mentioned it before.
Why?
There were several times she's actually trying to use the phone. Remember, we talked about how she stole the phone. She actually tries to use the phone, but there's no signal. And there was a picture of the license plate that she took that she actually sends it to 911.
I said that. I said that. We talked about that
earlier.
We talked about that. I said she sent it. She sent it all to the cops.
I'm so into the movie.
She sent text to the cops,
but it didn't go through. Nothing goes through.
Yeah, nothing goes through.
Ash finds out. Actually that was earlier.
Yeah.
But anyway, all I want to leave clear is that she had actually been trying to use the phone, trying to call the cops, but there's no signal.
Yeah, we said that.
There was a text that doesn't go through. Yeah.
Yeah, we talked about it. You just forgot.
I don't remember talking about it. But again, you can always go back to the video and see, actually talk about it.
Text goes out on the cell phone finally, and that's why. And also on top of that, it says that your mom died already.
Oh fuck yeah!
Yeah. So
I mean, she's going through hell.
Yeah.
And then it's like, your mom died.
Yeah, Ash just goes like, your mom died. Look, right here's a text. It's like, damn, dude, like that's cold blooded. Just wait. Well, the way he does it is, he's like, you might go through some shit, but I'm going to tell you some more shit they go through. Like, damn. Yeah, then she gets the nail off. Like you said, she gets the nail out with the hammer. She uses the hammer to.
Why do you say it so lightly? Where's your passion in telling?
Well, because it was crazy.
She's telling she's ripping a nail out of her hand.
She goes nuts.
She's actually trying to go like this without the hammer.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
She does.
Oh, this guy's like, oh yeah, she's like,
well, she pulls it out.
She pulls out freaking.
She pulls it out.
Man. But that's why she took the drugs, so she couldn't feel.
Yeah, she got it. She had to get her adrenaline up. She had to be like, "What's going on?"
Yeah, it was really difficult to see that scene.
Oh yeah, I thought I was like, just went right through it. I guess I don't know.
Yeah, that's why you're like, oh guys, by the way, she just took a nail out of her arm.
And it's like,
Yeah.
Well, I mean, she was going through a bunch of stuff. It wasn't like she just like, no big deal. I could do this all day. Like, no,
That's
the heck?
really intense.
No, yeah. When you see it, yeah, she was a good actress. It was good acting and everything. It was really good.
Really
It was
intense.
nice. Yeah. Then... Oh, yeah. So then she knocks Lars out with a hammer. She tries to knock him out with a hammer. He goes down, and that's when Ash comes in.
Darby tries to knock Lars.
She doesn't knock him out. She at least gets him into the ground at least.
Oh, okay.
And he gets up. But you go ahead. Go ahead.
You're not telling how that happened.
I forget.
Okay.
That's what I'm telling you. I'm letting you know what happens next from what I wrote down.
This is what happens. Darby figures out like Lars' psychology, right? Like he has a gun, and what's the girl's name?
Darby?
No,
Jay.
Jay is scared because Lars has the gun, while Ash is looking for the keys out in the bathroom. So Darby, it's convincing Jay to help her out. It's just like he's not gonna shoot you. Go turn off the light. He's not gonna shoot you. To go turn off the light.
Oh yeah,
that's intense,
right,
man. He's like, oh yeah, no, like just.
I forgot about that part.
No,
I forgot what happened. I forgot what happened.
Because Lars is looking at like what's happening.
At Darby,
right? At Darby's like I got you. Like you're nailed to it. Right?
I gotta watch you.
I gotta watch you. Right? So,
well, I can't watch you both when you're both separated.
Exactly.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah.
Jay starts walking away from Darby towards to hit the switch.
It's light switches,
and she's going and everything's happening very slowly. Ash is taking a long time finding the keys, and then finally Jay makes it over there, and all this time he's like, do it, and Lars obviously at this point you realize he's not going to shoot the girl, which Darby did a good job of figuring him out. So
yeah, he won't shoot you. Yeah.
So Jay hits the switch, lights are off. That's the scene where she's like,
she pulls it off, yeah.
Like getting it, like,
and she pulls out the camera, right? Yeah, she pulls it, boom,
mm-hmm.
Get out the bang.
And then when by the time Lars figures out where the switch is to turn the lights on, he turns around, he hits the switch, he turns around, boom, hammer to his face,
yeah.
Like that,
pretty good.
And then she gets the gun, and what happens there? She gets the gun.
Did she get the gun?
Yeah, she gets the gun.
I think what she do with it, but she doesn't shoot him.
Well, there's start like. Yeah, she gets the gun because at that point, they're fighting or struggling, so she gets the gun and she's able to hold Lars a gunpoint. Because Ash comes in.
Oh, yeah.
The nail gun and the keys. Right?
Yep.
So...
she's holding Lars hostage.
Yeah, she's holding it, and that's her only way out, right? But Ash is, like, trying to, like... he has the nail gun. What's the next...
Well, no, the next thing is Ash actually hits someone hits Lars in the head.
Yeah, exactly.
But I don't know. I remember because
I know that happens. I just remember
he like tripped up or something. He tripped up or he did something.
Yes, he's holding the nail gun and he's aiming the nail gun at her. I mean, you can't aim with those things. Honestly,
no.
You can't aim. Which in the movie they're aiming very well, but like you can't really aim with those things. Anyway, he has a nail gun. Darby's holding Lars. Ash is pointing. The nail gun goes off and hits
Lars in the head.
And that's a funny part. That was actually really funny. Okay, it's not funny. It's like, fuck.
That was hilarious to me.
Because he gets...
That was pretty funny.
It was a little funny. Like, it's messed up that we're laughing.
Why would you feel bad? The guy's a kid trafficker. What the hell? I don't care. I didn't feel bad at all.
Nail on his forehead.
I was like, good for him.
That's not the funny part yet, but that's like...
No, that was
but that's like...
No, because he starts saying like, oh, would you...
What happened?
He starts saying a bunch of stuff like...
He gets all look like... He's like, oh...
What do I do?
Right?
How do we get it out?
but then somehow he trips.
Yeah, he trips. No. He falls over because he's like it's too much, and he falls over and he falls forward.
Falls over, but it makes it worse because the
nail goes all the way through
in his school, right?
He just like,
but then he falls,
face
forward.
Yeah.
Hits the hole, and he pretty much hammered himself.
He finished.
He finished the rest of the job.
Yeah,
finished the
nail going all the way through.
And he just dies right there. Yeah. And Ash at that point is devastated.
Yeah.
And did Ash like shoots at him or she runs? Like what happens? Because
Oh, yeah, you put it here. Ash hits Lars in the head with a nail. Very funny.
it was. It
I
was
love
funny
everybody.
when he, for me, it was funny when he just falls and like nails it. Like
I put it here.
he comes, he just goes
I put-
straight face.
I
down
put this.
on the
Lars falls down. Maybe dead. No, yep, dead.
ground. Maybe he did, yeah, because he's like, talking
Dead.
still and like he falls like this.
Yeah, nail goes all the way.
He falls like this, and he just nails it on his forehead.
I didn't put here. Nail gun does not work that way.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay. So then, Darby's able to escape. She escapes. She's able to get out of there.
How? But she escapes. She runs.
She,
out
well,
with the
she,
girl.
yeah, with the girl. She, well, because I think he was just still too like on like I think it was just too on to Lars. He was like, oh my god. Like,
Because Ash is trying to. Ash really cares for Lars.
yeah, he did care for Lars.
Yeah,
Big time. He was like, I was like his good buddy.
Yeah.
And then
Even though he was a weirdo, but he really cares for
Right,
Lars.
yeah. So then she runs out to the car and she's like trying to get away and she turns the car on, but then she runs into a pool.
Yeah.
So she doesn't make it out. I think he shoots at the window at the car itself too. I think he shoots at the car with the window gun.
He's shooting from afar. She's shooting at the car. Like he has unlimited nails, I guess.
Yeah.
He
I mean,
has
he
so
has.
many nails.
I mean, yeah.
Hey, if you shot like 4 at Ed,
Yeah, but I mean, those nail guns can like take 20.
that's what I'm talking about. And then he shoots a lot of the car.
That's true. He shot a lot of you. I didn't count exactly. I mean, maybe if I counted,
I
I
was
could
trying
probably
to count
count.
them actually, but like
We can always go back and count them. See what I mean there.
No.
Then the police finally got. Well, only one police guy goes there. Finally, the police get there.
Dude, like you skip from there to like, no, there was much more that happened.
No. What else happens?
Well,
She hits the pole.
she hits a pole.
Yeah.
Right.
What else?
And then they fight each other. Like the cop doesn't come. Like no, they're fighting each other because she has well they're not like fighting, but like they're like she's behind the car. He's over here, and they're. This is what happens.
I forget
What happens.
That's why I wrote
After
notes.
the car hits, like he's able to like I think he shot the tire or something because she shot a lot of the car, and so the car can really like work without a tire or something like that.
Okay.
So
yeah, well, she ran. That's why she ran into a pole.
Yeah, exactly. That's why she runs into the ball, right? So when she's there, like all hurt at the car because of the accident, he walks to the car and he's at that point in the movie you're like, yeah, he's gonna kill her.
No, he was to kill.
But we forgot to say that that text that we said that she had sent to the N911, but it didn't go through. It actually had gone through.
But yeah, he said it. I told you in the bathroom.
Okay, well,
I said that.
The things that he says.
I don't know why. Like you
just don't.
You
hear
hear
those
more
things.
than
I just
movie.
don't hear
Like,
those.
we even talk about it. We even
I don't hear those things.
No, you do hear it. You even talk about
I
it.
don't hear.
Oh my god! All right, whatever. Anyways, next.
No, when we talked about it.
We talked about it.
Wait, hear me. When we talked about it, we said like, "Oh, guys, just know that the text didn't go through," and we left it at that.
No, I said the text went through. That's why he.
I didn't hear.
I said when he said about his mom.
I'm telling you, I didn't hear.
I said everything was going through. And he was. That's why he was pissed off. He was like, "Dude, now I'm even more pissed now because the police were coming."
Dude, I didn't hear that.
And then you even went back further back. I don't know what you talking about it earlier.
Because
guys, hold on. Let me talk to you earlier about what happened with the other guys. Way before we didn't talk about the text. I'm like, we've only talked about the text. We've been talking about like for some reason you don't want to talk, like you almost like make it sound like the text don't exist. No, and all of a sudden they start existing again. And it's like, no, we have talked about it the whole time. We've been bringing it up.
Brush things. It's like
I didn't brush them. I told you. We even went into detail again because sometimes you think we didn't talk about it. I'm like, dude, we didn't talk about it, and now we're talking about it again. And now we're even going back talking about we've already gone back twice to go back to almost the first text. Like, anyway, no, we talked about the text.
Guys, I don't know. I was not aware that we have talked about.
Yes, we have talked about text.
The text at one point in the movie actually goes through. They realized that it had gone through.
I told you when. I told you. You'll find out. Go back to the bathroom scene.
Even though Ash had deleted the text, but by the time he had deleted the text, because Ash deleted the text, we didn't say this. I'm pretty sure we didn't say this.
No.
Ash deleted the text.
He tried to delete it.
It
was already too late.
He deleted it because it looked like there was no signal. First of all, there was no signal, and it still said like not sent, right? So he deletes it.
Yeah.
But it actually.
Well, once the signal came back, that's why you could get the signal. That's why you got the message from the mom. The mom message came through also.
Yeah.
He's like, the message is still made out to the cops. So the cops are on their way.
I remember you saying something.
Yes. Yes, and that's why I was like, yeah, and that was the same time with the police. I was down with the police too.
All right, I didn't connect.
Yeah.
Okay, so anyway, as she's going to the car, we're back to the scene where they're like, she's at the accident, she hits the pole. He reaches to her. he's about to kill her, but the cops come.
Yeah, the cop shows up.
Right, and the cop.
It's only one.
And it's only one. Yes, true. And so he grabs his gun and points it at Ash. And is like, drop. Like
no, it is for Ash. He points at because Ash is on the ground.
No.
Well, Ash. because here's what happens: Darby gets shot by the cop.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah,
you're right.
Yeah.
Stand corrected.
Yeah.
No.
So somehow she was on top of him.
But how did he end up in the ground? I
think she had him down. I forget what.
She had the gun, didn't she?
I think so.
She had the gun. She shoots at Ash.
Yeah.
Ash ends up in the ground. Yeah. And Darby plays this really bad.
Yeah, but she's like, I got him.
Darby got him. That's when the cop arrives.
Yeah, he said, just put the gun down.
And he's like, just put it down. And she doesn't want to. At that point, she wants to kill him, right? And he doesn't. I guess she doesn't want him to live, or like she just wants to kill him, right? But the cop at that point,
he doesn't know what's going on. He just
doesn't know.
All he thinks is a person with a gun.
See, like person which is Darby, and now she looks like she's the bad person. So the cop has no choice but to shoot at her because she actually moves in a way where like she's gonna shoot him. So the cop is trying to stop it and shoots at Darby.
Yeah. So she gets shot in like the shoulder, I think.
She gets shot.
And then Ash, he's like, "How you?" Like, he tells Ash, "Are you okay?" And then since the gun's on the floor, he grabs the gun and shoots the cop.
Yeah.
Real fast, like, bah, bah, bah. Like the cop's like, "Oh, I didn't have a chance." Yeah. I'm like, "Damn, dude, you just messed it up."
Yeah.
And why is there only one of you?
It was.
Why is there only one of you?
Just did a horrible job. Yeah. Not follow any protocol that they follow. Like, and then Ash is there and he just shoots because he had the nail gun still.
Yeah.
So he shoots at the cop. But the cop has like
no, but he doesn't use the nail gun on the cop. He kills the cop with a gun.
Oh, so maybe Darby had the nail gun.
Yeah, he was about to shoot after he shoots the cop. He wants to shoot Darby too, but he's out of bullets.
Oh,
so he goes and grabs a nail gun after that. Mm-hmm.
So and then he goes and the cop.
Oh no! Wait! So here I have it here. Darby, which in turn Ash shoots the cop. Yeah, Ash shoots the cop. Ash then kills the cop with the nail gun. So he makes sure to finish him off the nail gun.
Remember, Ash is on the ground. The cop comes to like try to help out. Ash shoots the cop. The cop is like on the ground, dragging his body all the way to the car.
Oh, he's dragging it to the car.
Yeah. Someone is dragging his body over there. Ash gets up, tries to kill Darby, but he runs out of like bullets. He goes to grab the nail gun, shoots the cop. Yeah, exactly. And then Ash
is about to shoot her with a gun. Oh, yeah, because he gets really close to her. He gets like real close to her, like almost like, yeah, about your dad or whatever. Like, how did he die again? Or was it up here?
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
Yeah, because we didn't go through that either. Because earlier too, this one we did miss. No. We brushed off the way.
Share the details.
No. Because you remember, okay, so we forgot this in the bathroom was when
I know exactly.
When she screwed up.
You know why we forgot it?
Yeah.
Because you keep just like going through stuff.
Not only that, but I forget this. I forgot what was going on.
That's why we forgot.
It's fine. But anyways, yeah, there's a part where he like tells her like, yeah. How did your dad shoot himself? Was it up here?
Okay.
Here?
So, let me get into the details of that because this is what happens. There was a scene, whatever. So I'm gonna explain right now. When after he kills the cop, he goes and he's psycho, so he's gonna enjoy killing her, Darby, right? Mm-hmm. He's like, "You killed my buddy. I'm psycho, and like I know things about you that you told me." So he's playing with her, like, "Oh, how did your dad die? Was it here? Was it here? Oh no, it was here." So he's doing it really slowly.
Yeah. And that's when she goes like, "I don't care," and then she had the screwdriver. So she stabs him in the neck.
Remember from the car? Because he was in the car, like when you like turn it on.
Yeah.
She grabs a screwdriver and goes straight on the neck.
Yeah, and the screwdriver was in the car still.
Yeah.
So like, what I'm saying, like we didn't talk about that either. When she took it out and kept putting it in her pocket.
She took it out after the accident.
Yeah, after the accident. After she used the pole. Yeah. Then then she finally once Ash is dead, she finally can go to the cop car. Even though she's all messed up, she goes to the cop car and uses the radio to call out to the rest of the cops saying, "Hey, we're in trouble." Yeah. And then after that, pretty much like that's it. Doesn't show anything that.
No, it's just an ending where like
Yeah, it takes place 48 days later.
wait, we didn't talk about how they burned the place, right? Like the place actually got burned.
Oh yeah, they actually did burn the place.
They actually did burn the place.
Yeah, they did. They did.
So the scene is like the scene where like you just see the whole mess of like place.
The
right?
burning building. Yeah.
Yeah.
The burning visitor center.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, the gas did get lit up.
Mhm.
But I forget if it got lit up because of an accident or because they actually did it. Like I forget.
No, they actually did it.
Yeah.
They actually did it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then, oh yeah, she's now 48 days sober.
And now she's happy to be back in
Yeah.
rehab. Now, I mean, after all that, like, heck yeah, you want to go back to rehab.
Yeah.
You're like, fuck, I do need help.
And it looks like her and Jay are staying in contact because Jay made a picture of them both. Or was it? Or was there a picture with both of them? With a pic of her and Jay. I think it was just
Yeah, be Jay and her become friends.
Yeah.
Like she sends it back to her parents, like, and now she goes and visit her, and now they're friends. Like the movie says, like the movie shows you how, like after all that happened, she's back in rehab, she's doing well. Jay's back with her parents, and they are friends.
Mhm.
They are friends. And
But yeah, they don't. Jay doesn't show up there. It's just a picture.
it's just
And then Devin shows up though. They're both together with her and Devin, her sister.
Yeah.
Her sister shows up, and then they both like kind of like sit down next to each other and like I think hug it out maybe.
Yeah.
And then that's it. Then the movie's over. The end.
Guys, that's it. I don't feel good with like our review because I feel like we were back and forth and we might have confused them.
Well, that was a spoiler. That was just spoiler talk. This is spoiler talk.
But
This isn't a review.
I guess spoiler talk.
Spoiler talk. We're just doing spoiler talk. Talking about the movie. Talking about what happened. Talking about
Yeah,
that
but
was crazy stuff. What was the craziest points for us? What was not the craziest stuff? What was like for him kind of boring? But yeah, for me, I was entertained by the whole thing because I wanted to know what was because
the first part was boring to me.
kind I guess.
But the
I
movie
mean,
gets
would you
really
say if you
gets
cut
out.
it? Would you say if you cut that, it wouldn't have changed the
No,
movie?
you don't need to see it. No,
Ah,
you need to see it.
you need to
see
have-
it.
see,
It's
you
just
need
a
to see it.
boring part.
I get it. So
Well, guys, that's all we have for you.
that's
Thank
all
you
for now.
tuning in.
Thank you for joining in. Let us know what
We'll
you
try
think.
to get better with our reviews, and hopefully you tune in. Give us a like. Don't forget to subscribe.
Comment in the comments below.
Tell us like what do you think? Tell us what do you think if you watched the movie. Like what did we miss? And we probably missed a lot. So just give us some comments and some feedback. We'll give you a shout out next video.
Yeah, for sure.
All right.
Comment below. Let us know. What was that?